I'm just going to call it as it is. I'm going to say that the Toronto International Film Festival, Cameron Bailey, is the preeminent festival in the world. Forget Cannes. Yes. Forget all of that. It is. And it is grown because of your vision as artistic director, but we go way back. We've known each other a while. And here's what I can say about Cameron. He's humble, and he's got an amazing work ethic, and he always has time to chat whenever we might see each other at a screening or something. But I look at him, and I just feel immense pride, just pride. I'm trying not to cry. I do. And I have to say, didn't need Toronto life to say that you are one of Toronto's 50 most influential people. Didn't need that, but he is, 3 years in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cameron Bailey.
Thank you, Marcy. Good night, everyone. That's what my grandparents used to say when they greeted people on the street. Good night. Or good evening. Thank you to Julie and to Trey, to Debbie, Candace, everyone. It's not often I feel like the banker. But tonight, I kind of feel like the banker. Listen, part of what we do in this country is we try to carve out space, open up space. We do it every day. We do it at our workplaces. We do it on the street. We do it when we talk back to people who see us as invisible. We carve out space. There are a lot of black women who carved out space in this country, in the city, in the film industry. People like Claire Prieto, Jennifer Hodge de Silva, who died too young, great documentary filmmaker, Karen King, Christine Brown, so many women who opened up space and began to put our images on screen, particularly the images of black women. And I'm like you, you can't just talk about one black woman when you're asked to do this. It's a great honor. Thank you, Historica Canada, and everyone who put tonight together, but it's never just one black woman. For me, there are two black women who were instrumental in everything that I've done, who helped to shape me, who helped to teach me, who still, I feel like, are with me, beside me. Beside me when they're not in front of me. I'm going to show you one of them. I want to pass this around. Open this up. Take a look. Please pass it around the room. That's Lucine Bailey. Lucine Agatha Bailey. I know, that was the name, right? And if you look at her picture, this is from, now don't take too long, pass it around. That's a picture from London, England, the early 1960s. Recently arrived from Barbados. Barbados. And what I love about that picture is the look on her face. When you see the picture, I think you'll see what I mean. She's on the street, London street. Those of you who either were in England in the 60s or have parents or grandparents who were there, you know what it was like. That sign, no cats, no dogs, no blacks. Insults in the street. A political party that had as its campaign slogan, if you want a nigger for your neighbor, vote Labour. That was the Tory party. That was the Conservative Party in the UK not that long ago. So when you see the look on Lucine's face, you see a strength, you see a kind of a hardness, you see a barrier, and that's there for a reason. But she's there with a friend, and what I also love is that she's dressed. She looks good, and she knows that when she goes out of the house that she has to look good. She has to present herself a certain way because you don't know what's going to be coming at you. And she knew that then in the early 1960s. I think a lot of us know that here in Toronto. One of the reasons, for better or worse, that I wear a jacket when I travel is because I don't want to be pulled aside and asked a whole lot of questions that I don't deserve to be asked. I have had people ask me coming back from London, "Excuse me, sir, do you know what a loonie is?" "Yes, it's a $1 coin." "Can you tell me the longest street in Canada?" A quiz to test my Canadianness because they didn't believe I was Canadian. It happens. So when I see that picture of Lucine Agatha Bailey on the street, dressed the way that she is, I remember what I learned from her. And again, I say for better or worse, because we shouldn't have to do that, but we feel that we do have to present a certain way. We have to present a look, an image on the street sometimes, just to kind of get rid of some of that harassment, that nonsense that we deal with. So she taught me a lot. And she taught me discipline, seriousness, hard work. She was an emergency room nurse for 30 years at North York General Hospital. Shift work. Coming home early in the morning or the middle of the night. Single mother, like I'm sure many of you grew up with or maybe are yourselves. But she had that presence. And you see it in that picture, and that is what I love about looking at that picture and looking at my mother even now. This year she turns 80 years old. Not quite as strong as she used to be. But she still has that inner strength. And you know, one of the things that I love the most about my mother and what she gave to us is that she also raised a sister who has that strength, that discipline, that hardness, but she also has the loudest laugh I have ever heard in my life. I think even for this room, she's got the loudest laugh in the room. She's here. Her name is Maxine Bailey. And she is a daily inspiration to me. I remember her in so many images, like pictures, like the one that you're looking at it goes around the room. You know, the one that I really like is, I think it was like your 16th birthday party in the basement of our house on John Street in Thornhill, and you're styling, you're dancing. She's telling me stop. I got the mic right here, Maxine. But I remember her in these images of pure joy. And as serious as our mother was, Maxine was full of light and life and laughter, and she still is. And that to me is all the more remarkable because I know that she is regularly asked by people that she works with, "Why are you so angry? You're intimidating. You're threatening. We're not comfortable around you." Any of that sound familiar? Yeah. Never heard that one, Debbie, right? So this woman who is so full of light, so full of laughter, is seen as angry, threatening, intimidating, dangerous maybe. And I can't imagine what that's like. As a black man, we have our own stuff to deal with, but as a black woman, that is something particular. And what I've learned over the years is that her laughter is an answer to the anger. The anger is always going to be there, but the laughter, the loudness of it, the fullness of it, is an answer to the anger. I think laughter has to be an answer to the anger, and that is what impresses me most about the Black women who have been closest to me and who have impressed me and whose example I still follow today. Thank you.